Good afternoon, folks. I am Sean in Alaska, and welcome. We're live for an hour here today. Got my tea in hand, ready to go. Let me know how the audio and video is. I'm having some internet issues one way or another. Let me double check and make sure I turned off everything I was supposed to turn off. Let's see here on my phone. Yep, good. I don't have the power saving mode on, so hopefully everything will work out good. Kristen, how are you? Good to see you. I'm just waiting to see how you guys, whether or not you can see me or hear me, or hopefully everything's working. You hear some clicking, that could be me. That looks all right, sounds all right, and then whatever that clicking sound is. Huh. Wonder what the clicking sound is. Well, hopefully it won't last, because I have nothing that's clicking here right now, so I don't know what that is. I am Sean, like I said, Sean in Alaska. It's great to have you guys here with me this week. Here's how I normally do this. I like to say hello to everybody in the comment section. So we're gonna do that, and then if you have a question, by all means ask it. You have a comment, by all means leave it. If it's something you want me to answer and I miss it, just leave it again in caps. And if I've already answered it by the time I get to it, then by all means don't worry about it. I'll just skip over it. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody's questions. With that said, it's a bit warm in Alaska right now, and I understand it's a bit chilly everywhere else. And I think you guys were all asking me to send you snow, so you're welcome. I had a couple of messages in the last couple of days saying, okay, you can come get your weather now, Sean. I woke up this morning, it was 32 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which is crazy, crazy, crazy warm for this time of year. So down at the bottom, I'm confused. Last week, for the past few weeks, everyone wanted me to send them snow. Now that you have it, you want me to take it back. There are no takesy-backsies. Let's get back here to the top. And Raquel jumped in early. Glad to see you're feeling a bit better, Raquel. Awesome to have you here today. Sitting in the first row, popcorn ready, cough medicine as well. Joseph, welcome, my friend. And waiting, winter is holding on and holding here at Philly. Saturday it was 58, and today it's currently 47. So it's getting cooler. Robert in the blue there, the guy with the wrench. If you guys have a channel and you want him to shout it out, by all means, let him know. He will be more than happy to do that for me. Great guy. Robert, by all means, share your channel as well. Robert goes live every Monday. And he lives in the, I talk about being off grid. He is really off the grid. So, by all means, you guys hit him up, check out his channel. Definitely, I think you'll enjoy what he does over there. Ed Case, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Ginger, welcome. Glad you could be here. Awesome to see you today. Carol, welcome. Glad you could pop in from Burr, cold northern Minnesota. Kathy at North Star Prepstetter sent me a message the other day talking about how winter finally arrived for her. Super brittle, super cold. Welcome, my friend. New channel name for this gentleman right here, My Alaska. By all means, check him out as well. I think the new name makes a lot of sense, man. I think the new name is awesome. It's easy to remember, and you share so much more than just what you're doing on your cabin and your stuff, that I think that was a great call on your part. Joanna Bowers, welcome. Glad you can make it today. We're getting our one real week of winter here in East Texas. Unfortunately, it's coming in the form of ice. Currently 31 degrees. Ice storms in Texas are brutal. They are brutal. Sunshine, welcome. Glad you can make it today. It's 32 degrees with a 15-mile-an-hour breeze in beautiful Kenai, Alaska. So a real feel of 15. Balmy winter weather today, but different story for the next 10 days here in Kenai. We're gonna get a little cooler, but I think I saw below zero once. Going forward, I'll have to look again later on. But I cannot complain. When we are above zero in January, we're just one day closer to breakup, and I am super happy to have that, because next month, February, can be brutally cold, but it's a short month. That's how I get through it in my head. And then we're into March, and things are starting to hopefully thaw out by then. Not so much. That is an awesome name. Not as cold as we'd be here in Minnesota, but it's definitely not warm either. Sitting at 0 degrees with whatever real feel is sitting at -8. I can't even begin to pronounce that. Let me see. I got to put my glasses on to see what the sign says in your picture. Get a brain. I like it. Welcome, my friend. How are you? $10 J, welcome. Glad you can make it today. A brisk 17 degrees in East Texas. Joe Montano, welcome, my friend, from a very cold Indiana. I'm sorry, Joe, but your wife messaged me privately and said, Sean, enough of this. Please send us some cold weather. So I did. You know, Kaylin's always going to win if she asks me for a favor, man. Doug Adams, Sean, it's minus 20 wind chill in Beaverton, Ontario. Crazy, man. It was bound to happen. Everybody knew that winter could not hold it off as you're going to get winter no matter what happened. But it just all came at once, right? Crazy. Jonathan Davis, good to see you, my friend. Glad you could make it today. And as I said earlier, Christy, welcome. Good to have you here today. Watching the Packers kick the Cowboys' butts, that doesn't bother me at all. That does not make me unhappy at all. I was really surprised at first when Buffalo, and I'm not really into sports like I was years ago, but when Buffalo canceled their game, I was really surprised until I saw some of the videos from there, and I went, "Oh, good call. Good thing you canceled that game for now or put it on hold." But yeah, Green Bay is just taking Dallas to the cleaners. Last time I checked, it was 34-10. Do me a favor, Joseph, if they score some more, let us know. Give us an update in the channel because I don't like looking at the phone while I'm doing this. So there's the click it again. Well, that was earlier. Okay. And then we got Joe said it was 5x5. Marcus, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Awesome to have you here today. Sounds like a fan running. Well, the only fan I have running is that fan right there on the buddy heater. So I can't really hear it. I could be partially deaf. I'm old. But I can't really hear it on this end. Ray Davis, hey Sean, your kitchen is looking great. Can you come to Texas to do some drywall? that was the theme after last Friday's video. Bill at Lone Moose, Alaska, had said, "Great, Sean. When I get up there, you can give me a hand, and we can go ahead and have you do all my taping and sheet work or drywall work too." And I said, "No, not going to happen." I am not. If you couldn't tell from the video. I'm not afraid to try anything. And when I watch videos on how to do something, I'm always going to try to do it the way a professional does first. And that was me taking that 6-inch knife and running it down sideways over the nail holes in one pass to go back and clean it all up. But I am not coordinated to do that kind of work. I have a great deal more respect for drywallers than I ever had before after doing that myself. And that was an easy room to do. I am super pleased with how it came out. I have no complaints whatsoever. It amazes me that they make it look so easy, and it's so much harder when you actually do it yourself. Joseph, thank you, man. Greatly appreciated. Computer fan, one of those fans that sits on the buddy heater. Yeah, that's the fan that sits on the buddy heater. Computer fan, I've got my laptop here, but I can't hear the fan blowing on that. It rarely comes on, especially with as cool as it is in the house. As long as the clicking sound isn't a pacemaker dying, right? Right, Sunshine? Yeah, Texas got a little chilly. Steve, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Awesome to have you here today. We still have very little snow here in Minnesota. And I don't know. I'm not a weather guy. I just thought it was funny that everybody was saying, "Man, no winter." And I was saying, it's coming. Scotty, if he jumps in here from Scotty's backyard barbecue, was outside trying to grill. I don't know what he was trying to do. Pork butt, I think, today. And he said, "I'm sitting out here and it's minus 12. 32 and it's 23 in Austin, right? It was 32 when I woke up this morning. It was 32 most of the day. It might be down to 31 now, so I might put a sweater on later. But no, I was outside in a t-shirt. Todd came over this afternoon and we were BSing, standing outside, and it is so comfortable. It's crazy. Bradley Barnes, welcome. Glad to see you. What's for dinner tonight? Coming from Portland, Oregon. I picked up a package of. So we have this thing at the store that I work at, Safeway. So if you're on the West Coast, you'll be more familiar with it. They have this promo that they run every Friday, and it was called $5 Friday, and now it's Friday Frenzy. But I got an entire package of chicken thighs for $5. So I'm going to fire up the grill when we're done here tonight, and I'm going to cook up that whole package of chicken thighs and have barbecue chicken for dinner tonight. So yummy, yummy, yummy. 63 Clocks, welcome. Good to see you from Tennessee. Awesome to have you here, as always. Charles and Annalyn from the Philippines. Awesome to see you guys. Hope you're doing well. Susan, welcome. Good to see you. Happy Sunday to you as well. Matt, welcome, my friend. Happy Sunday, brother. Russell at Raspberry Rock Off Grid. Great channel. Great guy. best lives on all of YouTube. Best lives on all of it. I look happy. I am happy, Russell. You know, I'm always happy. Troy Sutton, that's Sean. I got to give a big thank you. I've met so many great people in the last week through your channel. Awesome, man. I think that's super cool. That's what this should be, right? That's what, to me, that is the neatest thing about YouTube, is the fact that, and especially to start a channel, the fact that you will meet people you never thought you would meet. You probably would never had a chance to meet before in your life. A great example would be Russell up there at Raspberry Off Grid. It's just some neat, awesome, fun folks. And I like to keep it positive. So chances are most of the folks that you're going to meet from here are pretty positive as well. Scrolling on through here. Fat Man, good to see you, brother. Awesome to have you here today. Friends don't send friends weather from Alaska. You're going to return that gift, man? You can't re-gift it. You got to wait till next Christmas before you can re-gift it, brother. The clicking is vibration. Let me move some stuff around here and see if maybe I can move something and it'll make the sound go away. We shall see. I didn't think I was touching anything here. Thought everything was pretty much settled. Richard, welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here today. Except for the crickets in the background. I don't know where that's coming from. Yeah. I don't know. Hopefully it won't last. Or it'll just become such a constant thing that it'll be in the back of your head and you won't notice it. Warren, good to see you, man. Awesome to have you here today. Sunny and Kenai. It was a beautiful day here too. In Funny River. It was just gorgeous. This morning when I woke up, the clouds were coming, a little bit of clouds. I got up at 4 on my day off. I usually sleep in. So I get up at like 4 in the morning. And then when I went out, when the sun finally came up, it just was glorious blue skies. Absolutely beautiful today. Michigan Daffodil. Good to see you. Awesome to have you here today. 18 inches in single digits in Michigan. If you're not followers of Jay and Jen Off Grid, you need to go check them out because they got hammered. They're getting a heck of a blizzard blowing through their area too. So crazy amounts of snow. Beto, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. I've got my constant cup of tea on Sunday with you guys when I'm live. Everybody's saying hi to everybody back and forth. There's Scotty. Hey, Scotty, how do you like that weather now, brother? Winter is here, below 0. Scotty will barbecue in any weather. He does not care. Scotty's Backyard Barbecue. You guys check it out for sure. Great guy. Great recipes. He can cook. The man can cook. Angie, awesome to see you. You and Beaver checking in. Mom isn't happy in Texas right now. Your mom would be warmer here, Angie, right? The clicking stopped. I don't know what it was. I have no idea what caused that. Rob at Curmudgeon, we're sitting at 30 degrees here. Overcast and starting to snow again. Had rain earlier. We got like sleet, mixed rain and snow last night. Frozen rain. I guess I was asleep, and when I woke up, where I normally set the generator out on the deck, there was a whole new blanket of ice on there, and the truck was all iced up. But I never saw any snow myself here. We were supposed to get it yesterday, but I guess it passed us by. Yeah, right. At least it's not 100+ degrees temperatures down there. Even Florida though got down to 70. That's scary. 70 in Florida. You got to start. The iguana watch starts then, right? And check the score since halftime. Go back. Oh, go pack go from shareholder of a single share. Nice. Okay, it must have been the way that it was that I had the laptop set here. I must have had it pushed too far, close to the wall. PTL Fabrication, welcome, my friend. Good to have you from wintry Pennsylvania. Single digits this week. That's crazy, Joseph. 41-16. That is nuts, man. I was shocked, honestly, that the Packers are playing the way that they're playing. I haven't really followed the NFL this year. I was kind of excited with Detroit and with Cleveland, and I was sad to see Cleveland out of it in the first round yesterday. But I haven't really followed the sport at all this year. Been too busy. I don't really have time to. My daughter watches. She's a diehard Vikings fan, like I was growing up, and she watches quite a bit of it. But I haven't really paid that much attention. Leslie Lindsay, Eastern Oregon, 8 degrees and 3 inches of snow. Well, that's 3 inches more than you guys had to start with, right? That's a nice amount. Erica, welcome, my friend from Southeast Missouri. Awesome to have you here today. It's your buddy fan that everybody can hear clicking. Well, they said the clicking stopped. Did you get one, Angie? You said you were going to get one. I'm curious if you ordered one. I found the box that it actually came in too, because I did some cleaning in here today. So kitchen done, painted, finished, ready to go, and that'll be next week's video. Starting on, there'll be some outdoor stuff this week as well, or for next week's video. I had some problems with the deck, and so I'll go through that on next week's video. Kind of was halfway expecting it could happen, but was shocked at how it did happen. And then I'm working on the hearth behind the fireplace. So that'll be the next. That will be you won't see the hearth next week. You'll see probably the hearth the week after that. But I'm getting everything lined out. But I got my living room back, and I got the sawhorses put away that were over here for now temporarily. And I'm starting to get my mind wrapped around how I'm going to build cabinets for the kitchen. Matt says, my dad and I taped and mudded a single room of the house you grew up in. After that, we sort of always hire professionals. It is. It's not that it was it's not that it was hard, right? It's not that it was painful. I felt so uncoordinated doing it because I was a professional baker for most. I can decorate cakes. I have no problem with pastry bags. I have no problem with working my hands. But man, there was a finesse to that just I was really having a hard time wrapping my brain around. I felt pretty comfortable with it at the end. I did have a couple of comments. I had a comment from one guy on last week's video that said that I taped the butt joints completely wrong, and that you're going to see those lines and everything when you're done. And I told him, I just left the comment, dude, I've already got paint on the walls. Trust me, you're going to be as surprised as I was, because I'm really surprised that it came out as well as it did. Very, very happy. Good. The clicking seems to be gone. Awesome. Awesome. Trudy, welcome. Good job of the kitchen work. It'll be great when you get a finished yummy food to come for you. Yep, exactly. I am looking forward to having cabinets in there, at least having cabinets and a stove and oven, so that I can finally retire the camp stove completely. And start baking some stuff again, because I'd really like to get a nice fresh apple pie inside this cabin. Nice good slice of cheddar cheese on that hot apple pie right out of the oven. Not only that though, but like lasagnas and stuff that I can bake in the oven without having to go. I'm not even using the trailer at all for anything but storage right now. Am I drywalling the ceilings? These ceilings above me, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I know what I would like to do, but the price of lumber has to come down because it's really expensive right now, which is, I don't know that it will come down, but I don't think I will sheetrock that no matter what. And the reason for that is, even though I've got some friends who have the sheetrock jacks, to jack the pieces up and hold them in place while you do it. I have friends that have those. I'm not that good at that. And I don't want to do that. That would be a disaster of a mess for me. Michael and Kelly, welcome. Good to see you guys. We got snow in Vegas this week. You know what? I saw a TikTok, because I'm kind of addicted, I guess, to TikTok now. But I saw a TikTok video where this gal from Vegas opened her door and said, "You guys don't think it gets cold where I live?" And her pool had ice on the top of it. And I was like, wow. But a lot of people don't realize that the desert can get very, very cold. Cindy Ray, welcome. Glad you could be here today. Greetings from Nikiski. Awesome. Welcome, neighbor. Peggy Garcia, good to see you. Hi, Sean. And here in Hillsboro, Ohio, the temperature says 11 with a real feel of 10, but tonight's temperature is 8 with a real feel of 1. So just a little cold and a little snow, not much. This whole week is in the 20s and 30s at night. Yeah, it's going to be a chilly week for everything I saw. Jeannie, welcome. Good to see you today. Happy Sunday to you. Christine, welcome. Glad you could be here today. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. Surviving behind liberal lines. How are you, my friend? I am still at Safeway. Stopped seeing those in Southern California years ago. Then again, I'm not Googling them, so they're probably near you. So in Southern California, they're called Vons. V-O-N-S. That's Safeway in Southern California. And there's a funny story behind that. I'll just digress here for a second. So in the old days, Safeway was a privately held, owned by a family company. Then they went public. When they went public, they ended up getting all of their Southern California stores that they had got bought up by Vons. But the deal that they structured when it was all said and done a few years later, Safeway owned all the Vons stores. So, yeah, Vons is Safeway in Southern California. In Texas, it's Randall's and Tom Thumb. And then we're all part of the Albertsons company now, and now they're trying to sell everybody to Kroger. So in the end, it'll be like, oh, what was the name of that movie? Idiocracy. It'll be like Idiocracy, right? Everything will be just one grocery store. It'll all be Costco, right? Everything was Costco. Not so remote, Alaska. Good to see you, my friend. Awesome to have you here today. CK, welcome. Glad you can make it today. Awesome to see you. Lisa K, hello and welcome. Tried something new. You're on my TV and chatting on my phone. Oh, nice. Very cool. How do I look on TV? Do I look distinguished? I watch a lot of, I have the 32-inch screen right up here. And a lot of times when I'm live, I'll have that on and I'll have the laptop on here too. But lately I haven't been doing that when I'm doing the lives because it's easier just to read it from where I'm sitting. I don't have to put the glasses on here. And then I'm looking at you as opposed to constantly looking up at the screen, right? But I have this thing called Smart Switch on my phone. So like I'll be watching a YouTube video and I'll have just the TV plugged into my OPS 1800 watt power station. And so it'll run that TV for days. I mean, for days, that screen. So then I'll flip what I'm watching on my phone through Smart Switch onto this monitor. And then I'll watch YouTube videos on the monitor. And it's super cool. It's nice to see it bigger than just on my phone, you know? Sound's gotten better. Okay, good. It might have been the connection. It could have been anything. Who knows? But hopefully it's not bothering you guys too much. I was concerned because it disconnected just before I went live today. So I was kind of concerned that maybe I was going to have an issue, but it looks like everything's going all right. It's 22 degrees and snowing here in Nashville. It rarely snows there. You really set the weather down, Sean. Nice, nice. Well, I hope everybody stays safe. That's the big thing, right? And I hope everybody gets to see how beautiful it is because there is really nothing prettier than seeing snow in the trees and on the ground. And it just makes everything look beautiful. And then when it melts, everything looks disgusting. But for that short bit of time that it's there, it's absolutely gorgeous. Big Bear Prepper, good to see you. Glad you could make it today. Is the insulation directly against the roof or is there a spacing? In this case, do you have a ridge vent? I do not have a ridge vent. This is a closed, I always get it wrong. I don't know if they call it a hot roof or a cold roof, but there is no air gap or ventilation in that roofing system at all. So it's an old style design for the roof. Yes, it's probably up against the OSB, but if it is, it's touching very little because the weight of the insulation itself is coming down on the vapor barrier that's hanging up there. Chicken thighs. I love chicken thighs, man. I love dark meat. That's my favorite part of chicken. 6 degrees but sunny in Northeast Ohio, dark now. The wind has been brutal, knocking everything over. I could deal with as much cold as you could ever hit me with. It's when it gets cold and windy that it just cuts through me like nobody's business. What's the best site for buying property at a good deal in Alaska? So if you check MLS Alaska, right? So just the initials MLS Alaska, you'll see a ton of property that's for sale up here. But I'll tell you the same thing I tell everybody who wants to possibly buy land in Alaska. Don't buy land here unless you walk on it first and walk on it in multiple seasons. So you need to see what that land looks like in spring. And you need to see what that land looks like, in spring, meaning when it breaks up, when it's going to have the most water on it. You need to see it in spring. And, you need to see it probably in the summer too. The winter doesn't matter. It's going to snow. But you need to see if the land dries out because there's a lot of property up here that stays very, very wet. And if in the caption or in the description of the property, it says great moose habitat, then just move on because they're telling you it's a swamp. Because moose like the moisture. They like the wet. So that is the best advice I can give you. So MLS.com. But if you just do a search on Google or whatever search engine you use, MLS Alaska, it'll pull up all the Alaska listings on the MLS site. Eves, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you can make it today. Joseph, Sean, I had a question about the frost ice on the front door. I see in the Wildwoods build what I would call a vestibule, but it has another name. Would you consider doing that? It's called an Arctic entry, and eventually, yes, I will build one out there. And I'll probably replace this deck, not because I don't like it. I mean, it works, and not because of the issues that I've had with it over the last month. Because I'm still walking on it, still using the stairs, everything's fine. But I want a bigger deck. I want something that is bigger, and and I want something that's freestanding. I don't want, in other words, I don't want something that's connected to the cabin. I want that to break away because I think I'm asking for trouble on those front beams over the next couple of years with them rotting. When I do that, I will put what they call an Arctic entry or a mud room on the front, and then that will trap a bunch of the cold from coming in the front door. The big issue with the front door of the cabin is that I don't have it properly sealed, and I know I don't, and I knew I didn't. I mean, I showed you the doorknob in last week's video. The ring that goes around the doorknob handle against the door is about a half an inch smaller than the hole in the door, and I've known that forever. And I could shove something in there. Just honestly, it hasn't been a priority, so I haven't really fixed it. Madhunanda, welcome. Glad to see you today. I hope you are doing well in Southern California. You know, I don't know where in Michigan they are. They're not on the Upper Peninsula, but they're like on the border of being on the UP, I think. Oh no, Russell. The sickness. He's Asian right now. He's sickly. I hate that. But good. Yeah, glad it's not the sea, man. Bud, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Sean, I had a chance to check out some of your previous vids. Awesome accomplishments. I'm looking forward to doing much the same. Very cool. Very cool, man. I like that. Thank you very much for that, too, by the way. I have had a blast. I am not going to lie that this has been the funnest experience of my entire life. The only thing that I could say that is probably better in my entire life than what I'm doing right now was my kids. Other than that, this is incredible. This is just a blast. Cleveland Browns game was depressing last night, but looking forward to seeing the Lions in a little bit. Nice. Yeah, I hope the Lions do well, man. That's going to be a great game. That's Matthew Stafford returning to Detroit. Man, there's a lot of grudges in that game right there. I did. I painted the kitchen, Be Charming. It's done. And last week I gave everybody a sneak peek. I can give you guys a sneak peek again now if you want. If you haven't seen it. I'm pretty happy because I moved everything back in there again. Maybe I will. You guys let me know if you want a sneak peek in the kitchen, if you want a sneak peek of the wall behind the wood stove. So just let me know, and maybe I'll give you guys a sneak peek just because you're here at the live, right? So you get to see stuff nobody gets to see for a week or two. Oh, let's see what we got here. Plan on cabinets that are earthquake safe. Most of my cabinets are going to be lowers. I might have a couple of uppers in the back, but I'm more concerned about the cabinet and an earthquake than I am the cabinets. If an earthquake hits while I'm in the kitchen, I'm probably out the front door faster than you could think. I don't have that far to travel. Lisa K says, Sean, I was thinking about your chickens today when I turned on a heater in your chicken barn. You've been getting beautiful eggs from the hens, but now it's really cold. So I have not given my chickens water in a month and a half to 2 months. And I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. We have a lot of wild birds in this area. Eagles, obviously, owls, all that stuff. How do they get water in the winter? Because the river's frozen, right? They eat snow. So I for a couple of weeks, or actually, first of all, for a day or two, I held off bringing them water out there because it's a hassle, right? I have no electricity. I can't just thaw the water and bring it out to them. So I kept their water inside the cabin. And because it was freezing solid outside every day. And I kept going out there and checking on them, and they were healthy and they were happy and they were eating snow and they were doing their thing. And it's been about a month and a half since I had to give them any water. I don't get any eggs at all this time of year because the egg laying cycle in chickens, from everything I've read and from what I've seen here with my hens, is based on the hours of daylight that you get. And obviously we don't get that much daylight. Our days are getting longer now. We're at that point where we're gaining about 5 minutes of daylight per day. the people that do get eggs up here this time of year are providing artificial light and providing heat. So I'm not going to do either. From everything again that I've read, chicken is born with the total number of eggs it will ever lay in it. And my thought process is, if I let the chickens take a break in winter, I'm going to get eggs longer in the life of that chicken, if that makes sense. I'll let you know when it's all said and done. But they're a super easy animal to raise. So if you want to get chickens and they take care of themselves, other than the feed that I buy them this time of year, I only have to buy them feed in the winter, because during the laying season, when they start laying eggs all the way through to when they stop, I sell their eggs to pay for their feed. So they cost me nothing. And then I get fresh eggs, and I actually make a couple of bucks on the deal. Super great animal to have. They're easy. They're really, really easy. Keep them in a coop without a draft, and they'll keep themselves warm. Right? That's what I thought. Mudding drywall is a really big cake, but I don't know how many times I've ever decorated a cake all the way up here. Oh, Angie, you ordered 3 fans. Send one to mom, one for the fishing gear, and one for the emergency buddy. Very cool. Very cool. That is awesome. I look coordinated to you. Wow. Okay. Well, cool. That's awesome. I learned things really, really quick, right? There's like all these schools of thought on how people learn stuff. And some people learn stuff by reading, and some people learn by watching, and some people learn by doing. And I think I'm pretty blessed that I can learn by any method whatsoever. So I can learn by reading, I can learn by watching, and I can learn by doing all three. So if I see the way something's supposed to be done, I will always try to do it that way first. A lot of times what will happen is I'll fall out of that, and then I'll get into a routine that works easier for me. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Forrest, welcome, bud. Good to see you, man. Awesome to have you here today. I think the previous caking experience would count as experience in finishing. At Sean, Alaska, we use 5mm plywood. If prepped right, it looks good, and you can hide the seams. Yep. Holy smokes, 48-16 with 10 minutes to go. I think Dallas has lost that game. Once the kitchen is complete, maybe do a 1 video a week on cooking. I don't know if I would do 1 a week, but there'll be a lot more cooking and baking in the videos once I have a kitchen that I can actually do that in. Because I used to do quite a bit of it when I was in the trailer, even though it was difficult to maneuver around in there. And this kitchen will be a lot easier to move around in, but there will be much more food involved. It's kind of tough to do. I mean, how many times do you want to watch me just pan fry a steak in cast iron? Or cook breakfast, because that's really all I can do on that camp stove right now. I want to get an oven again. I want to get back into it. I love cooking. Holy smokes. Navy Dave is 53 years old today. Happy birthday, brother. Good to see you. Eve says, kitchen cabinets, am I going to make them myself or buy them? So I looked at what they would cost me to buy, and I measured out the whole kitchen, and I looked at what I wanted to do, and that has changed 4 times now in my head. And I decided, you know what, I'm going to build them. I've never built cabinets before, but I think I can do it. So I'm gonna build my own kitchen cabinets, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to come out nice. I'm pretty confident in my ability to build those things. We shall see, though, right? Because if I screw it up, I'll show you. David Briggs, welcome. Good to see you, my friend, from the cold Northeast in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Yeah, they get snow in Vegas. They definitely do. Snows in Arizona. There's mountains in Arizona that get tons of snow. Utah, tons of snow. Madhunanda, thank you for that. If you guys hit the thumbs up, I really appreciate it, or hit the thumbs down, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter to me. It just lets YouTube know that what you're seeing on this live has interested you, and it will suggest it to other people. It's great for the channel. I greatly appreciate that. Canadian, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Sandra Absalom. I hope I got that right. From Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia, the clicking, vibrating sound may be my computer laptop overheating. If it's a laptop lifted up off the desk for ventilation, the noise is intermittent. So let me show you. I'm going to turn the camera around, and I'll show you my custom computer setup here whenever I go live now. Okay. It's sitting on egg cartons. It's up in the air, and I know that it's absolutely cool because I could feel it up here, and I could tell you if it was warm, and it's not even warm at all. So I don't know what it is. I can't hear the fan coming on, so I can't believe it's the fan. But yeah, that's my custom setup for my laptop on lives. Kevin Wright, welcome, my friend, from Mount Pleasant, Michigan. You got a lot of snow over here in the Michigan area. I hope everyone's doing well. Everybody's doing great up here in Alaska, man. Stay safe, Kevin. Definitely stay safe. Like Sean Connery. Sean Connery. Connie Barnes, how are you today? Can you share again where you bought the fan for the buddy heater? I need to get one and can't find the video. Hang on one second. Oh. So I'm pretty sure that the video that fan was in was when I was finishing up the floor here in the cabin. Let me see if I got a name on it. This is, right, it's a 4-blade stove fan. And it comes with the connection to work on the buddy heater. I don't have a picture of it on here. Look up ST, so Sean Tom -145 plus, and it's on Amazon because that's who the company reached out to me. That's the link that they gave me. But I'm pretty sure it's on the video that I did that I finished up the floor in the living room on the cabin. So it should be on that video. You're hearing the clicking from time to time. I don't know where it's coming from. That's crazy. Because I can hear nothing on this end. So I wonder if it's just a connection through the network hotspotting off the phone that's causing it today. It's been raining there for 3 days. No, if you get snow in the Philippines, we got problems, my friend. Carol L., good to see you. Awesome to have you here today. Brady G, welcome. Love seeing all the snow in the south. I don't have much. You got some though, right? That's good. And that was, I wanted to make sure I had a couple of people comment when I was driving down the road that I needed to show more snow in the trees. And it was perfect because the trees were absolutely full of snow. And right now we have almost no snow in the trees at all because we got some wind that came through last night and it blows it out pretty quick. Ashley Anderson, glad you could be here today. Good to see you. Just got here. I made it by the hair of your chinny chin chin. Awesome to see you, man. Awesome to have you here today. Just had a little quake, 3.8, about 48 miles away. Man, I don't even feel anything that's under a 5, to be honest with you. I mean, it's pretty rare I feel anything that's less than a 5. Susan, good to see you. Guys, this Susan is the Susan I go fishing with in the summer, and we always usually go out and do a charter trip once a year too. Say hi to her. Susan, it's awesome to see you. Nice temperatures, 30 degrees in Palmer, Alaska today. And again, if I miss your comment, by all means, leave it again because I'm trying to get caught back up. I'm way behind there. Yep, this is how far behind I am. I think we talked about this about 10 minutes ago. Arctic entry, that was it. Not sure why you'd want moose in your yard anyway. Moose are cool, but moose are cool at a distance. And, well, you know, if you have a big family and you live in the woods away from everybody, it's kind of nice to have. And I'm gone again. I'm thinking that this is a connection issue. Well, if I disappear, folks, thank you guys for joining me today. I don't know if this is going to stay or not. JD, welcome, brother. Good to see you. There we go. Yeah, I think that I'm just going to do what I can about trimming that door out and sealing it better. And then we'll see how it works that way. But eventually there's going to be an Arctic entry anyway. So I'm not really worried about that. Bud wants a sneak peek behind the wood stove, please. Man, I'm way behind. Okay, I'm going to go all the way to the bottom here, guys. So if I missed your comment or question, leave it again. I'm going to get way down here. Man, there was a lot of stuff here. Having trouble connecting. Please check my internet connection and back. Okay, good. So you wanted a sneak peek. First, we'll do the sneak peek of the kitchen, all painted up. Right? There is the kitchen walls. And that is not a seam. That is actually the extension cord that runs all this stuff. Uh-oh, the score's 48-32, Brenda says. Holy smokes, that game could be a comeback. So that's how the walls turned out. So that's the window wall. There's the back wall. And you can see how bright it is, right? And then there's the side wall going over to the pantry. And that's the one that I'll have the refrigerator against. So there will be one outlet there. And then I haven't got much done over here, I'll be honest with you. But I did get back up here. Shoot. There we go. I got the rest of the cement board on the wall today, and then I laid out the sheet of plywood on the floor, and I started bringing stone over so that I can start putting block together and getting an idea for the pattern, because those are a bunch of different colored blocks in there. So I can get the pattern laid out. So basically, I'll end up going straight from this board, once I have the pattern laid out and designed, right up to the wall on there as I'm actually doing the wall. Speaking of Jay and Jen, there they are. Wood, good to see you guys. Awesome to have you here. You surviving the blizzard? Awesome, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you. KT wants to know, is that, where I missed KT's comment? Right there. Is the paint semi-gloss? Yes, it's semi-gloss. And I went with the semi-gloss paint that I can clean, right? That I can actually wash off, because I make messes when I cook, because I get into it, I have a lot of fun with it. So I wanted to make sure that I could have a paint surface that I can clean. Surprisingly, that is one coat of paint on those walls. That's all it took. And I only used a half a gallon of paint, which is nuts. Neo North, welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Glad you could be here today. Thanks, Kevin. Greatly appreciate it. I know, right? Once I have it done, Lisa K here with her comment. Lost it again. Things are going slow on my end, I guess. A lot of details and work. Once it's done, you'll have it the way you want it forever. I will. I've already got the plan for what I'm doing in the ceiling. At this point, it looks like it's going to be whitewashed tongue and groove, so that it stays with a lighter color up above. But I need to finish running as I install it. As I come across the ceiling, I'll be running wiring and wiring lights when I do that. So I'm also probably going to put some 110 Romex wiring up there as well, just in case down the road I do want to run some electrical. I'll have it up there in the ceiling already. Wouldn't be a big deal to just fish it across if I need to. Lucy, welcome. Good to see you. Some snow, not enough yet, huh? Okay. That's it, right? Once the kitchen's done, it'll be cooking. I get this a lot, right? Nice work on the kitchen, making progress on the wood stove too. Wowza, you've been busy. You guys would be surprised at how much little I'm actually getting done here right now. I get frustrated with myself, but the time of year, and I have a million other things, obviously, that I have to take care of in winter. But I get so much more done in the summer. It's ridiculous. And that's because I'm just going. But honestly, over the last month and a half to 2 months, it's been like vacation. If I would have pushed myself further and harder, I would be a lot further along than I am right now. But the other thing is too, I'm trying to pay for this all with cash. I don't want the debt when I'm all said and done. So, sometimes I'll get to that point in the month where I'll be like, okay, there's no more extra cash this month, so we're going to change a project or we're going to do something different. So if you get a video with Sean just outdoors exploring Alaska, it's one of two reasons. One, it's because I just need to get out of the cabin. Two, it's because I'm broke and won't have any money to do any work till the next week. So much better than the days of frozen blue jeans in the camper, right? Yeah, you're right about that, Troy. You are right about that. Last night, I slept with the window open almost all night because it was literally that warm in this cabin. It was crazy nice. That's kind of my thought too, Be Charming. And I've had a lot of people question where are my outlets too. That came up in a video 2 weeks ago. Um, and again, so the window wall, no outlets at all because I don't have electrical appliances. The back wall, no outlets at all, but I will have at least one, if not two outlets on this wall because the refrigerator is going to have to plug into one outlet. And I am going with a residential refrigerator as opposed to an off-grid one, mainly because the price is just ridiculously expensive for the off-grid ones. And then another outlet just in case. And I don't know that I will ever need it because I use a French press for making coffee. I can heat tea on the stove. So I don't really need electrical outlets in there. It is, right? And welcome, Catalina. Good to see you. It is the dark that gets you. For me, it's not so much. So I go to bed at 7 o'clock at night. I'm up at 2:30 every morning to go to work. So Sunday through Thursday, I am in bed at 7 p.m. I stay up to the ungodly hour of possibly 9 or 9:30 on Friday and Saturday. So I don't get hung up with the dark that much because when I get up in the morning, it's dark and I go to work, and I don't notice it, right? But I've worked nights almost my entire life. I lost the whole connection on that. Sorry about that. I don't know how much longer. I don't know how much go. I'm back again here for a second. Crazy. He's back. He's gone again. He's back. I don't know what's going on with the internet connection right now. But with that said, we've been live now for almost an hour, so I'm going to get out of here, you guys. Thank you very much for joining me this Sunday, because I don't know if this signal is going to last. Jay and Jen, I saw your comment. 20 inches of snow. That is awesome. I can't wait to see that video, guys. If you are not following Jay and Jen, you need to follow Jay and Jen because they're super, super nice people. That's about it, man. I'm done. Robert will be live, I believe, on Monday night. With that said, thank you guys for joining me as always, and thanks for your patience when the junk happens. But it's a have a great day, guys. I shall talk to you later, and I'm getting out of here.